Hello, good evening. I am Sandra Essenam Appian. I'm here for business. State-owned aluminium melting company Aloex says it is at the verge of collapse following the influx of cheap imported aluminium products. After several petitions to the International Trade Commission to place counter tariffs on cheap imports, the Commission has begun hearing Aloex's case against some Chinese companies. At a meeting yesterday, January 9, things got a little heated up while some wild allegations were made. Let's hear from the Managing Director of Aloex, Kwesi Oko, who spoke to Joy Business.
Far lower than our price, which means that any businessman who, as I showed you, he's getting that price, why would he buy from us? And they're killing us. Yeah. So we have to complain.
But some think you are not competitive enough.
How do you be competitive if somebody is selling below you and you can't sell? If you produce and it's sitting there, nobody's buying it, are you competitive or not? The price they are selling at is below us. What is competition again? They are below us.
But beyond that, there are challenges to the company, like Dr. Asaria J indicated.
Don't mind Dr. Asaria J. He's a bit confused. He used to work for me. He was a factory hand or something. He has no idea what he's talking about. A factory runs on turnover and cash flow. Yes? So you get metal or whatever it is you're going to do, you produce, you sell, you get money, you do the cycle again. You understand? If you do it and the money doesn't come, what do? It's the Asaria J trying to influence the JITC because he is an importer. He's using the rebate he's getting from China to destabilize Togo and Benin. He's making a lot of money. My customers in Benin tell me, oh, Asatec has come and sold me at this price. My customer in Togo says, oh, Asatec has been here. He sold me at this price. That impossible price. So I know if JITC gives a ruling, it will spoil that business. That's the motivation. That's the motivation. And I wasn't going to say anything, but because he went on to town, I decided to expose him.
So this issue as it stands is not only isolated to Aloex, but a number of other industries such as the textiles industry, cement, and even biscuit manufacturers have complained of unfair trade practices. How bad is the situation? What's the likely impact on the country's economy? Joining me on the phone lines for more on this development is trade expert Richard Ampabi. Thanks so much for joining me, sir. If you can hear me, this is not the first time we are hearing complaints like this. It's been happening, and a typical example is what is happening in the retail market. And so the trade laws are clear, the WTO laws are also clear on issues like this. Why are we seeing consistent disregard for the trade laws?
Thank you very much, and good evening to your cherished listeners. As you rightly stated, this is not the first time that we are encountering this problem. And trade everywhere is complex. And therefore, if any nation states want to engage in international trade, you need to have your instruments and your regulations right. Talking about the Aloex problem, even though my biases is with Aloex, we have to digest the whole problem and get the root cause. One, what is the benchmark value that the products coming from elsewhere costs? Two, which standard we take them through? Because I know Standards Authority is there to check on the standards that of goods that we import into this country. So I find it a bit strange. And if Aloex is complaining, it isn't that you complain and you leave it like that. No. You complain with your empirical evidence to prove to everybody that, one, the company which is bringing alu products in Ghana is engaged in what we call dumping. And
right.
If it is dumping, then it infringes on ILO, WTO rules and regulations.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so admittedly, you understand underpricing is clearly an issue of unfair practice in business. However, we can also overlook the fact that other countries like China produce on larger quantities. And so my question is, what makes Ghana's case a different one, and how do we compete fairly, knowing that we import almost everything?
All cases of underpricing are also issues of criminality. And why do we want to bring in nation state China? China at this point doesn't come in. It is that company or the importer who I think we need to deal with, and not China as a state. I hope you are getting my point.
Right.
Yeah, because for instance, if let's say cocoa product sends its chocolate to another country, and there is an unfair trade practice on the part of cocoa products, do you put the blame on Ghana state? No. You deal with cocoa products. I'm only citing cocoa products because I know it's a state and
Okay.
Exactly. Even there, you cannot blame nation Ghana. So my point here is that let us delve into the matter and get the real problem which these companies are missing out to us. For instance, the textiles industry, the same thing they do to us. Parity, doing all manner of things, but we don't get them spot on. So
right. Quite an interesting comment you're making there. This issue has been lingering for some time, and we've spoken about this several times, but how is this likely to impact the country's economy, and what is the best way forward, in your opinion?
The whole thing is bad. And you see, it has forward and backward linkages. Because if you are talking about aluminium, presently, you are talking about a whole forward linkage of jobs, a whole backward linkage of jobs. So are we sitting down to collapse our aluminium industry? If you take cocoa industry, you take the mine, the next is aluminium.
I'm so sorry we have to leave it here for lack of time, but I'll be back after 8 p.m. with more business news. I am Sandra Esinamapenu. Do stay tuned.